Welcome to another episode of Whiteboard Wednesday, where I'm gonna break down and explain a wholesaling or house flipping concept, definition, technique, tip, or strategy to help you become a better investor. And on today's video, we're gonna be talking about the biggest mistake investors do when making offers. Coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Quick Start Kit with everything you need to flip your first house in 30 days or less. Download it now at myquickstartkit.com.
If you're new here to this channel, I'm Jerry Norton with FlippingMastery.com, and this channel is all about ways to make money wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. And be sure to stay to the end of this video because I'll share additional videos to help you understand and go even deeper on this topic, as well as free resources to help you take action and implement what you've learned. All right, so let's talk about the biggest mistake investors do when making offers. And all of the years that I've been coaching and mentoring and working with clients, the number one mistake that I see when it comes to making offers is discriminating leads based on asking price. Now, what am I talking about there? Discriminating leads. In other words, if we think that the asking price is too high, then we assume the seller's not motivated, and therefore we don't make the offer. It is the most common thing I see. It is the biggest mistake. And the real problem here is not understanding the real nature of making offers. Why do we make offers? You're a real estate investor, or you're an aspiring real estate investor. If you're on this channel, you're probably a wholesaler or a flipper. Why do we make an offer? The biggest mistake that people make is that they assume they've been taught, or their logic tells them, or their natural inclination is we only make offers if we think we have a very high probability of getting that offer accepted. If we don't think there's a high probability, then we don't make the offer. Big mistake. We're going to talk about it on this video and why that is so damaging and why that is limiting you on the number of deals you're doing. Okay, so what tends to happen, there's three different types of properties that come on the market. First is overpriced, and the seller is not motivated. Okay, so I'm talking a distressed property. The property's distressed, needs a lot of work, but it comes out for sale, or the asking price of the seller is really high compared to where it should be. Your offer price is down here, their asking price is up here, and they're just not motivated. That's a problem, right? When that happens, now we don't know that they're not motivated. The only way to know if someone's motivated is to put an offer in front of them. So just because they're asking too high, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And we'll talk about that next. But let's assume that it's overpriced and they're not motivated. Okay? Now, your natural inclination is to not make an offer. Why? Because you're assuming that they're not motivated because they're asking too high. The second type of deal, now does that sound kind of contradictory? Why would they be overpriced if they're motivated? Well, you're assuming that real estate is logical. It's not logical, it's emotional. There is no logic to it. Throw logic out the window. Just realize that sellers do weird things. It doesn't make sense. Why would they overprice their property if they're motivated? Maybe someone told them they could get that price. Maybe they're just seeing where you'll land if they tell you that number. Maybe there's a real estate agent advising them that, hey, you can get this number, but they'll really take a lower number. My point with this one is that regardless of their high asking price, they will take your low offer if you would be willing to make it. Okay, they would take it if you would be willing to make it. I'll give you an example. A client I'm working with right now, I taught them this concept of making offers. They made an offer on a property that was listed for $125, or the seller is asking $125, and they made an offer for $75,000. The seller did not counter and accepted the $75,000 offer. Now that spread there, a $50,000 difference on that type of price point is huge. Okay, and the third type of situation or scenario is when it's priced really aggressively. Okay, it's priced really aggressively, meaning that the seller, aggressive, you know what I mean, aggressively. That says aggressively. Okay, it's priced right. And in that situation, it's gonna sell fast, right? You're gonna get that deal at that number you want. Obviously, they're very motivated and they've got it priced right to sell it quickly. And that's the situation we all love. If we find ourselves where the price they want is a really good number that we can pay, then we love that. If it's on market, it's going to have a lot of action, a lot of activity. It's going to probably sell for over asking price. If you're dealing directly with a private seller, then you're like hit a home run, because now you can get that great deal at that price. You can say, yes, that number works. Let's do a contract. Okay, but here's the thing. You're going to be in one of these camps here. It's going to be one of these different situations when you start talking to a seller about a distressed property. And what I don't want you to do, and the mistake that you can make, is to only focus your time, energy, and effort on this. So, oh shoot, their price they're asking is too high, so they're clearly not motivated, I'm gonna move on. Here's why that is such a big mistake. Because motivation changes week to week, day to day, even hour to hour. Just because you run into a situation where it's overpriced and they're not motivated, doesn't mean that that's gonna be the situation from now on. They could quickly change from unmotivated to extremely motivated. I see it happen all the time. So here's the way that you want to handle this. Stop discriminating leads based on asking price or days on market or any scenario. Just do your job, which is to make offers. That's your job as a wholesaler or a flipper or even an investor. If you're looking to get good deals, then you always make offers regardless of asking price. Don't worry about what they're asking. Put your offer in front of them. You're going to have a couple things happen. You're going to find out that some people are motivated despite their high asking price. Or you're going to find out that you're putting yourself in a position to when they finally are motivated, you're at the forefront. So what do I mean by that? Your goal when you run into a situation where you make the offer, it's overpriced, and they aren't motivated, is you're going to follow up weekly. You're going to follow up consistently every single week. And the idea behind that follow-up is the long game, right? You're playing this for the long game. You may not win that deal today, but if you stay in front of that seller, it's overpriced, they're not motivated, you stay in front of them. Every week you're calling them. Every week you're making that offer again. Every week you're checking on them. Even if they say to me, Jerry, stop calling me, I say, okay, I'll talk to you next week. I still follow up, even if they tell me to stop following up. Because I know a day is going to come when they are finally going to be ready to come down to my number. And I want to be situated perfectly when that day happens. I want them to think, you know what? It's been 6 months. I think I'm finally ready to sell this thing, get serious about this. Who should I call? Oh yeah, Jerry Norton's been following up with me every single week for the past 6 months. I'm going to call him. That's how you win in the long game. So you follow up consistently, you make those offers even if they're overpriced. I win out in this business because I'm patient, I'm consistent, I make offers every single day. I don't care what their asking price is, I still put my offer in front of them. Here's the biggest thing you can learn from this. We don't make offers to get deals, we make offers to uncover motivated sellers. That's why we make offers. Okay, let me say that again. We don't make offers to get deals. We make offers to uncover motivated sellers. The only way to find out if the seller truly is motivated is to put our offer in front of them. That's when you'll find out. Because in some situations, it's overpriced, but they are motivated. You won't know that until you put your offer in front of them. That's how critical that is. If you do find out they're not motivated, which happens all the time, stay in front of them weekly until they are motivated, and you'll win that way as well. And obviously, if it's priced aggressively, you're on top of that thing in a nanosecond, get your contract in front of them, and lock that baby up. Okay, now I got some awesome resources for you. I did a video where I break down how to make 100 offers a month in a fraction of the time. I go through my system of how I do that. It's a combination of verbal and written offers. You really need to watch that video because again, the more offers you make, the more deals you get. So I'll put the video link in the description below for you to watch that later. And another video that's very similar to that one is my system for making 5 offers a day. Okay, how to make 5 offers a day consistently. By doing that, you are gonna be doing deals every single month if you're consistent with that. And finally, how do we talk to these sellers? I put together all of my best seller scripts, what to say in these different situations, how to overcome objections, even for texting and voicemails, all of it. And just go to freesellerscripts.com and I'll give you all of that for free. All right, thanks for joining me on this video. If you learned something new, hit that like button and leave a comment. Let me know your biggest takeaway and let me know your commitment to making offers regardless of asking price. Leave that in the comments, hashtag 5 offers a day. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping, with hundreds of videos and new videos released every single week. This is a channel you don't want to miss. All right, until next time, Jerry Norton, and I'll see you later.